Hello everyone, Jerron Dove back with another belt review. So I'm getting somewhat consistent again. Hope you enjoyed my last one on the WCW World Heavyweight title, big gold belt version. And today I'll be introducing to you another WCW title, and this is one of my favorite WCW belts. And actually this belt holds a little bit of I guess important value for me, since it was the first replica belt I purchased. This is the WCW World Tag Team title. This version was the one used from 1998 until the close of the promotion in 2001, and until that, in the early 90s, early 90s up and through early 98, there were a different set of different design of the WCW tag team belts, which I actually love that design as well. But I must say I love this one a lot better, and let's just get into a few of the specifics of it. As you can see, the main nameplate, of course, WCW red letters. For some reason on this belt, the red coloring, red lettering really stands out, which is one thing I really like about it. Of course, World Tag Team Champion. You have the image of the wrestler holding the globe. I like how that's done. You also have a little winged, I guess, like eagle wings, and the head is in the center, I believe. But I love the way that's done. I love the little, looks like kind of ribbon-like design with World Tag Team and Champion at the bottom. Just think this is a very nicely designed belt. You can see the side plates, of course, have World Championship Wrestling in red lettering, along with WCW letters in the gold, with the backdrop of being, they're on a globe, of course. And just a very clean, neat design belt. I always like this title. And if you cannot tell from the video, this is actually the kid size version. I ordered this belt during back in 2004. I was actually in college. I was actually in a computer lab on my college campus, and I think I just got like a refund check deposit in my account, so I had some extra money to spend. So I was like, why not buy a wrestling belt? And I ordered this from a website, hotspots.com, which is a North Carolina based wrestling merchandise company. And it's kid size belt, so it's of course smaller, significantly smaller than all my other titles. My other belts that I've had videos of thus far are adult size, and I believe this belt fits up to a 36-inch waist. The adult size belts, I believe, fit up to a 48-inch waist. And the ECW title that I had my first video of, the 3D version of the WWE ECW belt, that fits up to, I believe, has to be like close to a 50-inch size waist or more, because that's by far the biggest belt I've ever seen before, even have held. Of course, even though it's kid size, it still is a real replica. So of course, real metal, very clean design. I actually the strap is in fairly, pretty good condition. I really haven't done a lot with this belt since I had it, so the strap is in pretty much the same condition as it was when I ordered this about, a good 6 years ago. So, well, wait, 4 or 5 seconds. Yeah, 6 years ago roughly. And it comes with, as I will bring forth, it came, of course, in a cloth WCW bag. And this title was, I believe this title was licensed by WWE after they bought out WCW. So this is the WWE version, but this title is just excellent condition. Since I already have it, kid size version, I very seriously doubt I will get an adult version. That's pretty useless to me, having the same copy of a belt, just in different sizes. So this is just definitely a nice little fun belt to have. I've used this at church before, some of the kids, for an activity a few years ago, and they all loved it. So just a nice belt. And as far as the history behind it, as far as the wrestlers, at the moment, my WCW tag team title history post 98 is really sketchy, but I do know that of course, some of the tag teams that held this belt, some of the biggest tag teams in WCW heyday: Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Harlem Heat. I believe I'm not sure if the Steiners held this version of it, because that would have been in late 98, and they broke up that year. So I don't believe they ever held this version of it. Of course, I believe Diamond Dallas Page had this. Chris Kanyon, I know him, Bam Bam Bigelow, and page, they were all like in the 3-man Jersey Triad group, and I believe they held the tag team titles. Chris Benoit and Dean Malenko held these belts in 1999, as well as the combination of Kurt Hennig and Barry Windham, the West Texas Rednecks. So a lot of, great quality wrestlers held the, WCW tag title. And WCW, to me, always had a pretty decent tag team division when you compare them to, even though WWE at the time was really starting to hit, that late 99, 2000 period, they really hit fire with the three-way feud of the Hardys, Edge and Christian, and Dudleys. But WCW always had some pretty good, consistent, pretty good, solid tag team base. And of course, it's the total opposite of, in WWE now, where tag team wrestling is such on low priority that with this possibility we may never see significant tag team feuds or tag team title matches in the company again. But, like I said, this belt, like many of WCW titles, just, bring back memories of the promotion and the good stuff that they did have. And while, most people tend to remember the bad about WCW, which it was a ton of bad, there was also a ton of great stuff, which really, in hindsight, with the kind of industry being the way it is today, it really just kind of stands out. And I believe I'm trying to think of one more group who held the titles. It just escaped. Natural Born Thrillers. I believe that was a group of Chuck Palumbo, Sean O'Hare. They held these titles, and I believe they were probably one of the last, great WCW tag teams as far as, recognition for their in-ring work. I know they held the belts right around the time the company was closing shop, so that may have been late 2000, early 2001, but I can't really, I wasn't watching WCW really towards the end, so I'm not really positive. But like I said, just a very nice belt, nice design. Glad that I was able to just provide you all of the history behind the title, the significance of it, the history of it, and that's what I strive to do in all my belt videos. As far as purchasing this belt, it's a kid size belt, and all the kid size belts are under $100. You can easily find these on, most online belt retail sites or wrestling merchandise sites or eBay. I'm sure you can easily fetch this for well under $100 if, you shop smartly. Good belt, good quality, and I believe that's all I have to say at the moment. Hope you've enjoyed this. I will be posting more regularly in the future. If you haven't checked it out, I had a WCW World Title Belt review I put up a few days ago. Check that out, comment on it, like it. If you have any questions about the belt or its history, feel free to leave a comment and I'll do my best to respond. I will definitely be putting up some more wrestling related stuff. I want to get around to doing wrestling reviews and, talk about kind of things going on in the current industry, but I have a blog, so I kind of do that on my blog as well. So I don't want to, get redundant, but at times I will discuss a few things in wrestling. I just have to kind of fix my camera, because I actually did make a video of me discussing some wrestling related news back in January, but when I played it back on my camera, it was really, the words were out of sync with my lip motion, so I may have to go back and see what was up with that before I do another one of those. But I also have, a ton of different, wrestling memorabilia, trading cards, action figures, books, magazines, DVD collections, and so I have a ton of, wrestling related stuff to, interest, that people will be interested in, finding out about. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm Jerron Dove. I had a great time doing this, and I will see you later. Have a good one.